Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're unpacking a really fascinating blueprint for a highly scalable digital side hustle. And the absolute best part, you can do the whole thing entirely without the pressure of personal branding. That's right, we are mastering the art of the faceless YouTube channel.
So, can you actually build a YouTube empire without ever showing your face? Well, the answer is a massive, resounding yes. Think of yourself as the architect behind the scenes. You might be a kind of camera-shy novice right now, but by the end of this explainer, you're going to have the exact framework to cross that threshold and become a master channel builder.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our zero to hero blueprint. We're going to break this exact business model down into 5 manageable phases: the faceless advantage, planning your content, the production workflow, packaging and SEO, and finally, monetization and scaling.
All right, phase 1, the faceless advantage. Why exactly should you stay behind the camera? You know, in today's hyper-public digital world, taking a privacy-first approach is actually a massive advantage. I mean, traditional channels, they literally live and die by a host's personality and appearance. Faceless channels, on the other hand, completely level the playing field. They rely entirely on storytelling, compelling visuals, and just delivering immense value. Your creativity and your ability to craft a really good narrative, those are your true assets here. Moving right along to phase 2, planning your content. This is all about building a rock-solid foundation.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that when you're picking a niche, you're generally looking at 3 broad categories: education, entertainment, or relaxation. But, and this is absolutely crucial, you can't just pick at random. You've got to find that sweet spot. You're looking for the exact intersection of your own personal interests, actual audience demand, and high monetization potential. Using tools like Google Trends is basically the perfect way to validate this before you ever even start creating. Once your niche is completely locked in, it's time to dig deep. You need to intimately understand the exact problems your target audience needs solved and, of course, research their viewing habits. From there, you just build out a content schedule. Look, even if your early videos aren't exactly perfect, and let's be real, they probably won't be, maintaining strict consistency is exactly how you train your own skills and eventually beat the algorithm. Okay, let's get into phase 3, the production workflow. This is where we literally engineer your content. To completely replace a physical host, you need a systematic production engine. It really comes down to 3 clean, digestible steps. First up is scriptwriting, where you focus heavily on a strong hook. Second, voiceover creation. And third, bringing the whole shebang together with visuals and editing. Now, if you hate writing, don't sweat it. You can literally eliminate that friction completely. AI tools like ChatGPT can act as your own personal scriptwriter. They can generate and refine highly engaging, structured narratives that hit your vital hooks and calls to action every single time. It's an absolute game changer. For the voiceover itself, using your own authentic voice with a decent microphone is a fantastic, low-cost option. But if you really hate the sound of your own voice, or you just want to remain completely anonymous, incredible AI voice generators like 11 Labs or Murph AI can step in effortlessly. They produce high-quality narration that sounds incredibly natural, perfect if you're camera shy. Finally, we have the visuals. Because viewers can't actually see you, your editing essentially becomes your on-screen personality. Relying on high-quality stock footage from places like Pexels or Pixabay, combined with really polished transitions, is the secret to high retention. And you can start super simple with beginner-friendly tools like CapCut, or eventually scale up to something advanced like Adobe Premiere Pro. Let's transition over to phase 4, packaging and SEO. These are the ultimate gatekeepers for getting discovered. So the crucial point is that your thumbnail and title are the ultimate gatekeepers. I mean, they're the very first things viewers see, and they absolutely dictate whether someone clicks or just scrolls right past. The really great news here, platforms like Canva let you design highly clickable, visually appealing thumbnails, even if you have 0 design experience. Next up is your SEO strategy. You want to weave your audience's exact search phrases naturally into your keyword-optimized titles, your detailed descriptions, and your relevant tags. By deeply understanding search intent, you're actually training the algorithm to push your older videos. This turns your channel into an ever-growing library that generates long-term, passive search traffic. And that brings us to our final stage, phase 5, monetization and scaling, or as I like to call it, the invisible business. To unlock your base layer of ad revenue, you have 2 very specific milestones to hunt down: 1,000 subscribers
and 4,000 watch hours, or alternatively, 10 million shorts views. These are your first concrete targets to enter the YouTube Partner Program and actually start getting paid.
And this brilliantly illustrates a fantastic realization. Ad revenue is really just a tiny fraction of your earning potential. Once you have an audience's attention, you can tap into affiliate marketing, sponsorships, selling digital products, and even online courses. Faceless channels possess multiple overlapping monetization streams that you can start building from day one.
But the ultimate superpower of the faceless model? It's true scalability. Because your physical face isn't tied to the content, you can eventually step right into a CEO role. You can outsource the scriptwriting, the voiceovers, the editing, and the thumbnails to build a fully automated production team, drastically scaling up your output without increasing your personal workload. Now, to effectively run that system like a true CEO, you've got to be data-driven. A little pro tip: ignore the low early view counts. Seriously, don't let them get you down. Instead, obsessively analyze 3 key metrics in your YouTube analytics: watch time, click-through rate, and audience retention. These are the undeniable indicators that will help you constantly refine your craft. At the end of the day, as our source material notes, consistency and patience are essential. Breaking it down into manageable steps makes it achievable. Developing your own unique style and focusing on continuous 1% improvements over the illusion of instant virality, that is the true key to lasting success. Let's move to and see how this builds into our final thought. The blueprint is fully laid out. You now have the exact framework to architect a massive, scalable media asset from completely behind the scenes. So the question remains, if you literally have the tools to build an empire without anyone ever needing to know your name, what's stopping you from claiming your niche as an invisible creator today?